All right, it's that time for season 12 of Beyond the Build. Vengeance is gonna be out on Monday, so we wanted to get the baseline knocked out. We got the car on the dyno ready to roll, so we're gonna do a quick pull, see how much power it's putting down. So when Vengeance gets out here, the car's ready to go on the rack, ready to start the build, and then we'll have a good baseline for our final power number, and we can see exactly how much power we've picked up.
There you go. 172. 497 horses powers. What you started at, huh? 5250. Right there. 1 to 1.
It's time for season 12 of Beyond the Build. I'm Mike the Wrench. This is Taylor from Vengeance. They're out here for season 12 of Beyond the Build to really take Vision V to the next level. Taylor's gonna give you a rundown of what we're about to do, and we're gonna get to it.
All right guys, for this one, we're going in with a ported blower from Kong. We got a pulley going up top. We're gonna have a rotofab cold air bringing in the air, ARH system all the way to the back of the car, and then we're gonna top it off with our Vengeance Racing valve covers to make it really pop. Super simple, super easy, but we're gonna get what we want out of it.
Yep, all the power, all the luxury of a normal CTS-V, and let's get to it.
Let's do it.
So the first thing we're going to do actually is read the ECU and the TCM so that we can send that file off to be modified by our friends at Elite Tuning School and get the base program written so that whenever the modifications are complete, we can fire up the car and start the tuning process.
So we pretty much wasted no time. We got the whole car pretty much tore down. Exhaust is out, headers are out, blower's off. Pretty much time to start on the coil relocation kit. So Taylor's gonna get jamming on that. I mean, pretty much it, right, for now?
Yeah, for today, the big deal was just getting everything disassembled, get the blower out, get headers out, and ready for install. And then we're just gonna finish the day off with a bunch of wiring and some of the little boring stuff. So, but it'll be worth it in the end when it gets all nice and shiny.
Let's do it.
Yes, sir.
All right, the coil relocation kit's pretty much done. We got some things left for tomorrow. What do we got?
Easy stuff. I got the hard stuff done. The wiring's all done. We're going on to exhaust. Throw that blower on, a little pulley action, cold air, get some exhaust all the way out the back, and we make some noise.
Yep, I mean, it's a pretty good day tomorrow, and then we'll have it on the dyno and putting down some numbers, so
we'll see.
See you tomorrow. All right, day 2 will be on the build. Yesterday we got the coil relocation pretty much wrapped up today. We got a few things to get knocked out before it goes on the dyno. What do we got?
We got the headers. We're gonna go all the way back with the ARH exhaust. Ported blower is gonna go on top. We got a little pulley. Get the belt size going, put those valve covers on, route a few lines, stab a few hoses, and then throw that cold air on. We're gonna make some noise.
Let's do it.
All right, so once again, we're just doing a side-by-side comparison of the OEM exhaust manifold versus the American Racing 2-inch long tube header. You can see the physical size difference, the much smaller primaries, the lack of length of primary, and then the collector. They have a high velocity merge collector in the header itself. These headers are actually built for Chevrolet Performance Division as well. That's a really neat feature from American Racing. You'll see these on the Copo Camaros. Great increase in flow, will help with the sound as well. Perfect fitment, and are the final piece necessary to get the airflow out of the engine. Obviously, with so much focus on getting airflow into the engine, we have to get it out of the engine as efficiently as possible as well to increase the power that we're looking for. The American Racing system features 2-inch stainless long tube headers versus the cast OE manifold. We did retain catalytic converters in the car. The catalytic converters are a high flow variant that are built to withstand the added pressures from boost and the added fuel from a supercharged application. Full 3-inch X-pipe all the way back into 3-inch mufflers, and then stainless polished tips to finish out the system. Everything is mandrel bent, slip fit. All the clamps and couplers, clamps are included, O2 extensions, and complete system will bolt in, no problems.
Like a glove.
So Taylor just finished up the header install and the custom plug wires that go with the coil relocation kit. I got everything swapped over on the blower, so now it's time for the blower to go on. Fresh ported Kong blower. So we're gonna slap that on right now.
All right, so the focus on this build is airflow. It's a bolt-on package that's designed to increase airflow in and out of the engine. At the heart of that is gonna be a ported blower. We use Kong Performance for our CNC ported superchargers. Greg Kong actually goes in, offers a complete rebuild service on the supercharger, making it brand new OEM spec. And then CNC ports the supercharger specifically within the inlet and the snout area, which factory is 87 millimeter. He opens that up to 103 millimeter to allow for a larger throttle body, thus increasing airflow through the supercharger. In a PD application, i.e. positive displacement, the more air you can feed to the supercharger, the more airflow it can create boost with and make more power.
Like a glove.
So feeding that ported LT4 supercharger, we've got the factory air box that we have removed and the factory 87 millimeter throttle body. We're going to replace those with a Nick Williams 103 millimeter throttle body. Notice the size difference on the two of those, a lot more airflow getting into the motor. Factory air box is a very small filter, corrugated tube, restrictive in airflow. We're replacing that with the well-known Rotofab Big Gulp series. It has an oversized air filter, huge unrestricted inlet into the intake tube itself, smooth radius curves, and a big tube into the throttle body. So this is going to feed a lot more air to the supercharger itself, create more boost, make more power.
it's the start of day 3. We just got some wrap-up stuff really left to go. Taylor's about to put the valve covers on. We got the TCM that should be on the way, and we should be pretty much ready to tune it, right?
Yeah, super easy setup. We're just finishing up some loose ends. I'm gonna route the new PCV with the new valve covers, get the TCM like he said, and then throw this thing on the dyno.
Probably the piece that adds the most horsepower to the car itself is our Vengeance Racing billet valve covers. Just kidding, they actually add no horsepower, but we like to brand our builds, like to give the new owner, the winner, something to be proud of and know that it was a Vengeance built car. These are made for us by late model engines out of Houston, Texas. They are full billet valve covers with raised letter CNC Vengeance Racing. So we'll have those on the car. That's what Taylor spent the majority of the day doing yesterday with the build, was relocating the coil packs to the firewall so that these will go on, no coil packs, much cleaner look under the engine bay.
All right, everything's pretty much wrapped up on the car. Taylor will give you a quick rundown of everything we did, but...
See what we got is, got the porta blower on top, put a smaller pulley on for a little more boost, got that nice RotoFab big gulp in there, touched it up finally with the valve covers, got the PCV rerouted, and finished it off with the ARH going all the way out the back. She sounds nice, she's running like a top.
So, as always, it's our favorite time at Speed Society, the first startup, so... Ron's inside, he's already got the calibration going. So whenever you're ready, Ron, let her rip. Sounds good. That's good for a startup.
Yeah.
So everything looks good. Now it's time to get it on the dyno and make a number.
Last but not least, when you increase the airflow or modify a late model vehicle in any way, basically, you have to be able to calibrate the ECU, and in most cases, especially with automatic cars, the TCM, the transmission control module. For that, we go to our friends at HP Tuners. HP Tuners provides all the software and hardware for us to be able to do this. They have an unlock process for the transmission control module, and then we use their MPVI2 device with a ProLink attachment to write the calibration and fully tune the vehicle for the horsepower increases that we're going to see.
All right, so they have a flight in an hour and 15 minutes. That was the last pull. I think it looks good. 609, it's 100 and how much horsepower?
It's like, what, 113 rear wheel horsepower gain with a couple of bolt-ons over the stock baseline. It's good power.
Happy with it?
I'm very.
Clean?
Tune-up looks good.
Vengeance for the win. There it is.
Cool. All right, guys, that's a wrap for this season Beyond the Build. We're down to the wire like always. They're about to take off on their flight in, what, an hour? So they're heading to the airport right now. We got a good dyno number, 609 horsepower. Can't complain about that. Pretty good gains from our baseline. Big thank you to you guys for coming out.
Anytime.
They are the best when it comes to
appreciate
this
it.
stuff, and we wouldn't do it with anybody else. So big shout out to all the sponsors, Vengeance for being out here, and that's a wrap.
Appreciate it. Pleasure's all ours. We'll see you guys next time.